Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulphurblade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to another how-to video on Myst Legacy. In this video we're going to go over how to get your Transportation Mule or Transportation Donkey. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and drop out of here. We're gonna jump back into the normal world, and we're gonna start off with a little back information on where you're gonna acquire this quest and a little bit of what you're gonna need to do. So over here there is a farm here that's gonna sell you the Transportation Mule right here where I'm standing. It's called the Rebuff Estate. And then you're going to need to have some certain requirements like strategy, subterfuge, perception, your various statistics have to be a certain level. And you'll need to click on them, you know, like to shovel dung, clean manure, all of these little mini games inside of the game. You've done them 1,000 times, you know what I'm talking about. Then you'll get to the point where you can buy the donkey, but of course, kind of like Evie or Ovi, when you got Ovi, you're gonna find, well, no, I can't quite get the donkey right away because I have to do something back in my domain in order to allow my donkey to exist inside of my domain. And that part of the deal could be a little bit confusing, so you have to end up going back to your domain before you can buy the donkey/mule that will increase your transport capacity by 450. So what do you then have to do inside of your domain? Well, this part can be a little confusing, especially if you're brand new. Your domain is going to look very different than mine. You're not going to have all these buildings here, you're going to have a bunch of trees. And you could completely miss the fact that these trees are removable with different skill levels. Or the rocks as well are removable with different skill levels. So you come in here and you'll have to clear off a space in order to create what's called a pasture. So you have the appropriate woodworking or wood cutting or the appropriate mining level. You clear off a space so that it looks like this here. You would click on it, and if you're at the stage where the very first building you have and the only building you have is the breeding slot and the pasture, you would click that like so and like so, and then you would click on your wood that you wanted, the wood frame and the fiber. And as long as your skills are high enough, you would be able to build said building. Once said building is built, though, you're still not quite, you still don't quite have the complete things together in order to get the donkey yet. You will then still need a drinking trough. Now, if you're like me, you will have built the drinking trough and you would have thrown it in the stall. Because instead of the pasture part, there's two different parts of this pasture. Well, that doesn't work. You can't throw it in the stall in order to get the transport mule. You have to throw the drinking trough into the pasture itself in order to then go back to the farm to get the transport mule, and then you will have your transport mule available. Alright, and that's pretty much everything dealing with the acquisition of said transport mule. Hopefully this gets you through some of the quirkiness that you didn't quite understand in the game, because it wasn't obvious to you that you needed to cut down a forest inside of here to place a building, or it might not have been obvious to you that you needed to put a drinking trough inside of the shelter, or well, not the shelter, but the pasture. this guy here, that you need to put the drinking trough in the pasture section of the pasture, not the stall section of the pasture. So there you have it. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button. Consider subscribing. And until the next time, all, peace.